Experience with Do. I'm Josh.
I'm Shae.
I'm probably Colton.
Might be something. Who knows?
More along the lines of the Blind Bandit.
Yeah. In case you guys were wondering, gamer tags all aside.
You should change your
That would be great.
Freaking Blind Bandit.
I don't know. I like his Discord name.
Chips Ahoy McCoy.
Chips Ahoy McCoy.
The first time I saw it, I was like, who is that?
It's Colton.
He goes, it's Colton. I go, best name I've seen on here yet. Best name. So
This is very original because usually you don't see long names like that.
no.
Yeah.
Normally, you also don't get to see names that are like no numbered. Like people use their name and they have to.
Our entire crew has no numbers in their name, which feels pretty good.
Feels good. Feels good.
Yeah.
Good.
I was lucky enough to get Brixius.
The only person I can gripe about their IGNs is Webby.
Oh,
Senpai Underdog?
No caps. Big Webby.
77.
77. But he doesn't use it on League or anything else. He just uses Big Webby now. But no caps. No spaces.
Yeah.
If you're watching Webby,
What's that?
there's no capitals, so nothing proper. No spaces in between.
Oh,
It
for
says
his
it-
actual name.
Yeah.
I was kind of iffy about Sebastian's because it was like no caps in that one, but
Name draw.
he doesn't have like numbers.
He doesn't have numbers, and now he does capitalize everything.
Yeah.
Capitalized
He's
everything.
learned from his mistakes.
At first, he was Seabass, and he's like, "That's cool," but it sounds even better. Like what? The Seabass.
Gives him more like it's the.
He is the man.
He
Yeah.
is the sea.
The
He is
Seabass.
the only one.
And I asked him about his name. I'm like, "So is your name because of your name?" He's like, "No, because his name is Sebastian, as we said." So we thought immediately, Sebastian. Why not? When I go to spell Sebastian's name, I think of Seabest, and that's how you spell his name. And no, it's completely a different reason. I don't remember why. It was something about the Egyptians and something like that. And it so happened to be, hey, it's also his name. Something weird.
Yeah. I got Brixius because I got nicknamed Brick Tamlin at college.
Mine's so lame, it's not even funny.
Teledocs?
How I got it.
Didn't you just like make something up? Or did you do
Random
it?
name generator.
Oh, that was my old one too.
Endemus.
Yeah.
What was it?
His old one was Endemus.
Endemus?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I didn't really like it after a while. Like, it always sounded weird when I said it, and it was always like kind of meh. And then someone said Chips Ahoy McCoy, and I was.
Wasn't that your brother?
Yeah.
Speaking of your brother,
Yeah.
the crap's that dude up to? Been a month.
Yeah, how's the logo going? Because if you
know.
don't know, our logo designer is his older brother.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Brother.
He's been doing a lot of school stuff. I don't know if he's been doing.
We gave him a pass on December.
Yeah, because it's holidays.
And then we gave him a pass about half of January.
Yeah. Now we're like, I'm curious.
So the price I'm willing to pay is going down.
Because at this point, I'm looking at it, I'm like, okay, sure, the holidays are just coming back when I would stay at your house for New Year's Eve. I'm like, yeah, it's the holidays, sure, whatever. Maybe you'll get back onto it eventually. Do you know if he's ever done anything?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
It'll be a really cool logo though.
What's up?
Is like you have a dew can with the lid open, and then you can see the dew flowing out of the top, and you got like the bunch of different colors of the dew flavors.
Oh, like a dew rainbow?
Like a watercolor, but of dew rainbow flavors.
That would be cool.
That would be neat.
Because you'd see, first you see the classic dew, and then we'd have to try to go in order of what dew came out.
Yeah.
And obviously there's so many dews now, it's not even funny, but we just we go off of our top 8.
You could have it like a transparent background, and the dew could flow around it like a circle.
Yeah, that would be cool. Ooh.
Kind of hard to do, but
Yeah, I can't do it. That involves actually drawing something.
I don't think you do it in Illustrator either.
No. I don't know what you're doing in.
Yeah.
Whatever. I'm sure your brother
It's a lot of
could do
work.
it, but
Yeah.
that's a lot of work. From what I saw from his preview, what he wanted to do about it, because he's been thinking about it, he's never actually doing it.
It's
It's an oval with 2 dudes with the dew, like 2 dudes with like dew on the bottom, whatever. But I think now since we've changed our name, we're 2 dudes with dew, and then on the bottom featuring like the food. That would look good. That would look crisp. Someone having
You know me.
and then he
It's
planned
fun
on
night.
having one of our faces on one side and the other face on the other side, and he'd actually draw our face instead of actually just clipping a picture in there, which I
Remember
would
when he
just.
traced it and then did the beard?
Yeah, that was
That's
funny.
funny.
Speaking of which, we need to remember to take pictures before we leave.
Yes. That was his plan at first. I don't know if he's changed that since then, but from what I saw from his concept art for drawing it in 10 minutes, it looked pretty good.
Yeah.
I say it looked pretty good. He had no colors, no actual circle or anything.
Just wanted to kind of show you.
What he thought. So I'll have to ask him.
While we're waiting, I could probably message him and be like, "What's up, dude?"
I'm sure he's probably on Discord right now. Well, no, he's still in college.
I mean, like, I could get him on my messenger. That's where he contacted me.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, I could probably do that. I don't know. I
Also,
was just lazy.
we're starting to think about the lapel mics that he was recommending.
Mm-hmm.
Which mic?
The lapel mics.
Oh, are those ones you snap on?
Yeah. What are you thinking about doing that?
Because at this point, this is normally how far me and Josh usually sit, and if they're right there, they probably won't kind of, interfere unless we're shouting.
Yeah.
You mean like you did earlier and blew everyone's eardrums out?
Yeah.
Well, even with those ones, the type of mic there is condenser mic, or not condenser, dynamic mics, and those really only pick up they have a very low gain, which means they don't pick up background stuff.
Yeah. But, like, let's say, like right here, I'd probably put, like, right here, be as far away as Josh as possible when he puts it on his side.
Yeah.
It's still a possibility since we're only, like what, a foot away?
I mean, it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
We just considered it.
Because they're, like, at most, like, for a good one, it's like $30 each.
They're good mics, too. Linus Tech Tips, like, I don't know how many subs he has now. I think, like, 4 million or something.
He's got a lot now.
He uses those mics.
Yeah, they're pretty nice.
So, like, they're cheap but very effective at what you need them to do.
Yeah.
There you go.
I just need to find a way to get them, like, onto my computer.
So we started talking beforehand. I never really got your answer. So what is your favorite console?
So my favorite console, just because of the memories alone that I've had as a kid, was the PlayStation 2.
Colton?
Probably PS2 as well, honestly.
Suck. I didn't have a PS2 for a long time. That's why I don't.
Oh, I got the PS2 like right as it came out.
Yeah, I loved the GameCube a lot.
It was a good contender.
A lot.
It was really advanced for its time.
GameCube and Dreamcast were
It's
really
honestly
cool.
like a good toss-up for me too. GameCube is a very close follow-up.
Yeah. The only thing that it loses is because I didn't have internet connection on it. I don't think it was possible.
It wasn't. They didn't have any.
But I don't know if you guys noticed, the internal clock in a GameCube continually works.
Yeah.
Like I busted my GameCube out for him, and it had the correct date and time.
That's crazy.
Except for daylight saving.
Yeah, other than
And then that's like, oh, that's acceptable.
I was like, dude, it's got the same date. It's like it's the right date.
It's only an hour ahead, an exact hour ahead.
How's this running? I haven't even had batteries in it for years.
It's crazy.
That's crazy. I think they have like a little bit of power always going through them, just to power that.
Something.
Same thing. If I power up the PS2 that I had when I was a kid, still has the correct date and time.
I don't understand that.
It's really impressive. Hasn't had power in like 10 years.
Yeah. Very impressive.
Very impressive.
Yeah. And mine it's in between GameCube, Dreamcast, and PlayStation 1. I have a lot of memories on all three of those. So
Another step on
yeah,
it. I have my PS1 back there.
I got two of them at my. Well, I had two of them at my house. I don't know where they're at now.
Yeah. I keep my classic PlayStation 1 that I had when I was like 5. Always with me. My little sister got it from my aunt. She's like, yeah. I'm like, give me that. She's like, but it's mine. I'm like, a console isn't yours if it's older than you.
You cannot own something older than you.
You know, ironically, as I said that, I think now the PS1 is older than I am. That sure it is. It came out in
it was released before you.
Yeah. But it was my childhood console.
But that one did not.
Yeah.
That
one
came
out
out
like 2000.
That's a 2000 console.
Yeah.
I think my favorite PS1 game had to be Spyro.
Oh,
the original one.
I have Spyro 1 downloaded on my computer. We can play it later tonight.
It's very good. Very good. Crash Bandicoots were good.
You know,
we've discussed these before.
We got videos for you guys about those. Don't you worry.
Yeah. So we're not gonna bore you with that. You guys are like, I don't want to hear the same content you've heard before. What we're talking about in this one is actually building the ultimate console, do's and don'ts. Not console, but gaming station.
Yeah. Which
so,
this guy here is pretty much got the ultimate gaming setup, except it's all into one basket.
Yeah. Once he said Colton was going to be a part of it, I was like, oh, I know exactly what we're going to talk about.
Yeah. Freaking Colton's got VR. He's got one of the best sounding headphones you can get on the market. He's got a really nice microphone. He's got everything he needs to do whatever he wants.
So basically, you got to start with what's essential for building the ultimate gaming station.
For one, I would say accessibility. Definitely for sure. If you're going for multiple consoles, which I would like to do, I would want accessibility. Have all my consoles wired into one TV, if possible.
Well, they have so many ways you can get boxes that flow right into one TV if you don't have a big enough. Like my uncle's TV and my mom's TV, and your guys' TV in here. There's like 10 different ways.
There's 4 HDMI's and 3 components.
Yeah, there's several ways to get into it. So I mean, you could do it that way. You could get a HDMI splitter and get a bunch of different ones split. And whatever's on will be the one that's playing.
Yep.
There's a lot of different ways. Do you think it's necessary to have more than one screen?
No.
I don't think so.
Now, it might sound kind of ironic because I do have 2 screens that I use constantly on my PC, but there's a reason. I don't game on 2 screens. I edit with 2 screens.
Yeah.
That you need 2 screens for editing.
So if you're thinking about ever being a gaming channel or whatever, where you want to edit and you want to upload and things like that, 2 screens would be nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it would be.
And the reason we say this is you guys don't need a big screen TV. I mean, really, the bigger the TV, the more problems you're gonna have for gaming, anyways.
Yeah, everything's a lot bigger. You have to look around, strain your eyes long. You can't play as much.
And
but
actually,
you also can't have too small of a TV where you're straining your eyes to see it.
Yeah, but also a big screen will actually slow down your
latency.
Yeah, exactly. It's just there's so much to project, it just slows you down by milliseconds, which can give you a disadvantage. So you want to avoid
Josh
that.
knows.
Yeah.
So I have to do this because Webby told me so. He says hi. He told me to yell it.
Oh, hello, Webby.
Are you happy this time? I even did this.
Thank you. No, I appreciate it. It definitely helped a little bit. But yeah, so like you guys don't need real big screens. You don't really want small screens.
No.
Shae was working with like what was it, 16 inches?
I was a 19-inch. That was from like that was like the bare minimum that I would say you need.
Shae, what are you doing? I'm just playing the game.
It's the bare minimum, the bare maximum, I guess you would say.
I mean, if that's the smallest, you should go. There's no reason to go anything smaller.
No.
I mean, if you're gonna get anything smaller than that, you're really not helping anything.
Might as well be handheld at that point.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. You might as well
look at the Switch. Look at the Switch.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, the Wii U.
Yeah, the Wii U, exactly. I mean, so yeah, you guys got to when you're considering building a station, you don't want too big. Really, if you're gonna have it on a station like a table like we have in front of us here, really 225 inches is plenty.
Plenty.
Yeah.
Usually monitors. How big is yours, Colton?
27, I think.
Yeah.
Just about.
Generally.
Yeah.
But his is a 2K, which makes it you need to be.
Yeah, you're sitting fairly close to it anyway, so it's not like you're gonna really need that much more room looking around. You don't need to move your head that much.
Yeah.
So that's a big thing to consider, and you got to remember when you're building all this, you got to consider space. You got to look at what you got. In this room, it's probably an 8-foot room,
Probably.
Maybe
By like
no.
freaking 20 feet.
No, you're probably not 8. I mean, if you stretched your arms, it probably 10
feet. Yeah.
It's probably a 10-foot room. So when you look at a 10-foot room, you probably only got about 8 foot to work with at best. This is probably 5 foot, if that. So really, 2 screens, you're already taking up a lot of your space. You got to think about cording. There's gonna be a lot of cords around.
Of cords.
How do you want to do that?
Personally, if I actually did fully commit to going in it, I would use like what are they called? The things like the
Pig ties.
Basically, like PVC conduit kind of thing, like this.
No, like what are they called? They're not like everything that you get out of a box.
Oh, zip tie.
Zip tie. I would use zip ties every like 3 feet to keep every cord order.
That's my problem with my setup. Is if you look under my desk, it's like
that.
It's cord madness.
Like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The best thing I've ever seen was on a picture. A guy literally built up he did a wall of Ultimate, and I was like, ooh, that's what I want.
I was looking at a picture so I could show you guys.
The very center was his main screen.
Yes.
And then from the main screen, everything went out with you guys can't see this, but they're like little PVC track, and everything that had a line went through that PVC track and was bent and it went all to a different shelf here, shelf here, shelf here, shelf here, and it all went to a certain spot, and then all the power went into the wall, down and over into a power outlet off to the side, so you couldn't see it, and it was in a box.
Yeah.
So that's where all the power cords popped out and were plugged in correctly. And I was like, that's the way you really want to do it if you can do it.
Yes.
You want to hide it as best as possible while still having it accessible to change.
Yes.
Pretty much.
So.
That's why I like the zip tie idea because
yeah.
Pop them off.
Yeah, I like putting the screen on the wall itself. It gives you a little more room on the desk if you're going to put it on a desk. I like having all the different stations just slightly separated from each other.
Yeah.
So the temperature itself is spread out a little bit more because he's going to rise anyways.
Yeah, I also...
So we moved him, tiered him.
There was some guy that had the exact same setup, but he had like LEDs surrounding each of them.
Those are cool. That's a cool way to do it too.
Yeah. It's definitely at that point that's going a little bit too far. I think you're going more for look.
Yeah.
But,
other than actual gaming setup or
it's not needed, but it's still like you're like, oh, dude, check this out.
Yeah, I mean, if you're doing an entertainment setup, I think it works great.
Yeah.
Blu-ray disc player, LED lit up around it, whatever else you're gonna put up to your TV, computer screen, whatever. And then that kind of makes sense because it's all an entertainment view.
Yeah.
It's not so much building what you can work around.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, it's really.
It makes it look really good. That's the thing with LEDs. It makes it look really good. But some things go a little bit too far. Huh, Colton?
Yeah.
You guys want to see my LED mouse pad?
There was a really neat
That's the thing, Josh.
that Arga showed me actually.
Or LED mouse pads.
Oh, LED mouse pads.
Or LED chairs.
Yeah, I can.
It's like $80 for the Razer mouse pad.
I thought for a second you were talking about your keyboard. I was like, no, that keyboard's sick.
Oh no, that's cool. I like the idea about it. Colton's kind of outgrown it.
Yeah, it was cool for a little bit, but I just don't look at it enough.
Well, I'll tell you this: if you ever have anybody over, for that, the shock is really cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Colton's other one that actually had all these different colors on it looked really good.
There's actually a mode on old Ducky keyboards that it's called like market mode or something like that, and it's because when you use that, you're supposed to have it on display in a store, but it cycles through all the modes, different speeds and lights.
Yeah.
It goes crazy.
Cause my keyboard only has like 3 colors into it, really.
It's really what I like about it.
That one that you gave me for a bit that I used that somehow broke amazingly. I dropped it off and it just shattered in half. Like
it was cheap. I will admit. It
I was like,
expensive.
okay, it looked
It
cool,
was
though.
nice. It the electric. It was the one that had the electric.
Yeah, and
lights running
you
through
could
it.
change into red, purple, or blue.
Yeah, I
and
saw
I
it
was like,
online. I was like, ooh.
oh, that's cool. I used it for a bit. I used all that stuff.
It wasn't mechanical though. That's,
was not
that's the
mechanical.
main drawback.
But neither was my old one. And then it shouted, so I went back to that one. And Cole's like, dude, this is right back when I was still recovering from surgery. So he's like, all right, dude, I got an idea. He's like, what's up? For your birthday, Ducky keyboard, which usually costs like what, $225?
For the LED ones, yeah.
Yeah, like what? You said like $50 or something like that.
Yeah.
Took at least $100 off of even being nice with friends. He's like $50 because I got a new one. I'm like, deal. And having a hole in my back, without asking anyone, I walked to his house, got the keyboard, walked back, and before my grandma got home.
Did anybody else know about this?
Nope.
Up until this moment?
Up until this moment. Besides Colton.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Hey, you can't tell me that was like 3 years ago. And the doctor did say you wanted me to walk around.
Well,
Maybe not to that
he
extent.
managed you to walk for a mile or whatever it was.
Like
it wasn't that far.
About
okay?
a mile before I understand.
It's not that
It
far.
was worth it. Pretty colors.
Yeah, pretty colors.
No, the best part about that keyboard is the feel to it. Really.
Yeah, it was funny because my grandma came and was like, "Where'd you get that keyboard?" I'm like,
Colton gave it to me.
Colton, when he was going home from school, dropped it off for my birthday. He's like, "Oh, that's cool. That's cool."
Yeah.
Yeah. As you can see, visible sweat marks on off my hair and on my shirt.
Oh,
It's been hot in here.
It was 100 degrees that day. Give me. You're gonna sweat if you're walking a mile at 100 degrees.
Basically, if you're just walking, you're gonna sweat a little bit.
Just a little bit. Not obviously I wasn't soaking, but I was like a little sweat brand. Hat was sweaty a little bit. You could tell I went somewhere.
Yeah.
But I just said it was really hot.
Brands don't really matter too much as far as TVs go. They're all pretty good.
Pretty much for TV, yeah.
I mean, a monitor, same thing. It depends on what you're playing, really.
Colton, I think the expert of monitors should probably step in here.
Acer makes good panels, not good external though. Like my monitor, if you move it, it's just like it creaks like none other, but it looks good.
Yeah.
I think Asus makes the best external build quality. Like that, they have aluminum bases, really solid plastic, bezel-less a lot of the time. Those are the two that I think are the best for those two things.
Yeah, and they're going to come in the size you really want.
Yeah.
But as you expect from a main company, they are very... they're very expensive, wouldn't you say?
The Asus ones, no. The Acer ones, yes.
Yes.
Acers are very pricey.
How much did it cost you to get yours?
I don't want to talk about it.
well, what's your opinion on AOC monitors?
Yeah, the one I have right in front of you. The one I paid $100 for.
I haven't actually used them, but I mean, it looks nice.
Yeah, I mean,
fine. 1 millisecond.
Yeah, we've used it.
Yeah, I've used it. Now they wanted a new one since then. You always want something new.
I mean, it's nicer. I mean, especially with what they've come out with in the last 10 years.
I bought this.
I mean, 10 years ago, yeah.
4 years ago,
Yeah.
maybe 5. So it's an old monitor. Technically, my entire rig is due for an upgrade.
Yeah.
Oh, everything's due for a
I see
new
what
upgrade.
you did there.
What?
Do.
Oh.
Yeah. We always include the little things. It's the little pieces that really make the show worthwhile.
Yeah.
It's the little tidbits that nobody really pays attention to that you can slide in.
Yeah.
Yeah, like on the other one, I was like, we just finished our Zombie Chronicles, and Shae had to point it out. He's like, oh, he's thinking. I'm like, yeah, I'm trying to throw it in there without them knowing. Anyways, it's the little things, that you come to this show for.
Yeah. Little sneaky previews.
Yeah. Now let's just say you're not a PC gamer.
Mm-hmm.
You're just strictly gonna try and set up a console gaming system and operation. I mean, really, what do you need? Obviously, you're gonna want to really nice surge protector.
Obviously, yes, you need a good
A lot
surge
of
protector.
a lot of people don't think about that. I see a lot of people plug right into the walls,
No.
and I don't think that's a smart.
The only
idea.
thing I start plugged right in the walls are lights.
Yeah.
And I don't like doing it, but this charger, which is to my laptop, was just plugged right into that.
Yeah, that's okay, and those come pretty much safe.
Yeah.
If something was to happen.
Now my entire rig is off of one power strip.
And it's a good one.
It's a good one, yeah.
Belkin's a good brand.
It's a main
Monster Cable is a good brand.
Yeah.
I haven't seen one of their power strips in a while.
I know Josh has this one power strip that's made strictly out of metal and it's huge.
Yep.
Awesome.
Right now it's in my room, which it should be on my PlayStation.
It really should.
But I bought another one. I think it was a Belkin too, and it's a really nice one.
Yeah.
And I use it for my system. Actually, we're moving my sound bar out of my front room and we're gonna put it outside because the TV I got actually projects enough volume where we don't have to worry about it.
That's nice.
Yeah. Also, sound bars. I mean, what's your feelings on sound bars?
Honestly, with how TVs are today, you almost would want a sound bar.
Yeah, I mean, if you're not putting it directly on the wall, you're gonna have problems.
Yeah.
Because everything's about sleekness. It's about thin borders. So obviously the speakers are either on the bottom side or on the back side.
Yeah.
When they're on the back side and you have room, your sound is lost.
Yeah. Honestly, TVs nowadays are thinner than my phone.
Yeah, for the most part.
Okay.
The really nice ones are really thin. They're light.
Thinner than my phone. The case adds some pretty good depth.
Yeah. So
Still broke the camera. Sorry, Dad. I don't know how it happened.
Yeah, we really don't.
I went to go take a picture and it was shattered.
But yeah, I mean, I found some use out of the sound bar when I had the TV on a stand, and we really didn't get a whole lot of volume out of it. I bought a cheap one. It was only $35.
Yeah.
And it worked perfectly. I mean, the sound was fine. It had plenty of bass, and if I really wanted to, I could have got a subwoofer and the whole surround sound system. But
Yeah.
I just didn't feel I needed it. All I needed was something to project sound.
As we're saying, it's the ultimate, like my dream setup. Would I have the whole shebang? Yeah, I'd have the whole.
Oh yeah,
shebang.
as a dream. Oh yeah.
Yeah. But as just I mean, I don't have a sound bar, but yet again, I guess both me and Colton probably shouldn't really say we don't have expensive sounds.
I mean, you guys have
Now,
surround
Colton.
sounds that go on your head.
Colton, what is your rig? You wanna put us down on those prices, my guy?
Well, hold on. Before he does that, Shae, you're just a normal everyday guy, pretty much, for gaming.
Yeah.
You have what kind of computer?
An iBuyPower, one that I bought 5 years ago.
And then you replace pieces.
Just a little bit in there. And it needs
so-
more upgrades.
Yeah. And so, I mean, at the end of the day, probably what you spent $1,000 on it, maybe
800 to $1,000 around that number.
8 to 1,000. Okay, so that's a normal setup for a normal guy. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not going to be anything special.
No,
But and then you look at your monitor, probably $100
It is $100.
monitor. Yeah.
Mhm.
And then, I mean, really, his whole setup probably at the end of the day, no more than 2,000.
I would
everything
say
he needs, right here.
that mouse, I believe, didn't you say it was like $60?
Yeah, just about.
The keyboard, when he bought it, was $225. Now
Actually-
being an older model,
The mouse might be more like 40.
I said 60.
More? More like 40.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's
The keyboard when it was bought was $225, but now having almost 2 new models from the Ducky,
Oh yeah.
it's probably more like $150 now, probably.
Mm-hmm.
So that alone,
Mics.
Mike, that's $60.
the headphones are more expensive than
The headphones,
other
when I bought them,
utilities.
were $150 on sale. I don't know their base price, and they've probably gotten down now to the point where they are $150. I bought these 4 years ago,
Yeah.
so obviously price goes down. If you guys want to know their Audio Technica,
Yeah. Our webcam is 1080p. Normally
it was $100, but we bought it for $40.
And normally 100. So I mean, at the end of the day, you're not spending a ton of money if you
No.
just want to get into it where you can start going.
Yeah.
And if you're like, well, that's not my dream. Well,
Oh.
dreams cost money.
Dreams cost money. This is the low end where I can play most games.
Yeah.
Not pretty, but most games.
And we can record.
Yeah.
We can do what we got to do.
Yeah.
Now, Colton, if you want to, you can talk about yours.
Yeah, go for it, buddy. It's your time to shine.
If you don't want to, you don't have to.
Feels a little bad, but it's. I will say I can't drive, so this is kind of like my car.
Yeah.
That's
For
how
those
I-
of you who don't know,
that's
He
how
is
I
the blind
justify it.
bandit.
yeah,
That's how I justify it.
He's-
Doesn't make it any better, but I mean,
you gotta do what you gotta do.
it's a justification. But
Just as if you never did it.
the graphics card right now probably retails for $800 to $900.
Already past my rig.
The
It's pretty.
yeah. The CPU I'd say is maybe 400, 300. The headphones retail at about 400. The amp and DAC 100 each, so 200 for both. The keyboard 250 ish. The mouse about I don't even know how much, maybe 50, 60.
Finally, a low number.
Yeah, the monitor 800. That was the biggest.
Like 2,600 so
thing.
far.
Yeah.
It's not too bad.
What was it? Oh, the Vive. The Vive.
Oh, that's another
That was
800 right there.
Yeah, 8 to 900.
3,500.
What else is expensive in there? I think those are like the most expensive parts.
Yeah, his motherboard's $100.
No,
Yeah.
we'll just round it out about 3,800.
Yeah.
Around that.
Somewhere around that to have a really nice setup.
But as Colton did say, he can't drive.
Yeah.
This is his
That's
this is his
pretty
baby.
much my car. Yeah.
I mean, I've spent $13,000. I'm going to at the very end of it pay about $14,000 for the car I'm driving.
Yeah.
So I mean, you still got like $10,000 to go.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're gonna look at it that way.
Colton, you're right.
Right, I can pull that. I can do that.
Time to buy 3 more graphics cards. And go
Right.
SLA, baby.
I mean, that's a little more than just the average guy, though.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Most people are.
Most people don't stream too, and
Yeah.
that's a big reason I even upgraded the CPU. Was to
Streaming
stream.
takes a lot.
Yeah. So does recording, honestly. That's really driving me to a new CPU and all that stuff. I've been recording, and when we played Tekken, it lagged really badly.
Yeah, that was weird.
But when we played sports, which I know why, I lowered the frame rate to play League because I can't record League at 60.
No, I know.
I can record League at 30 though.
So we were trying to record Tekken at 60.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, because I can record Spyro at 60.
You would think about the same era.
About the same era, but you know, I
A
don't
little
know.
faster, I guess.
But I've been recording at 30 lately, and it's been really smooth. I get 78 frames on League.
Most people won't even notice if it's 30. I mean, you said it. I was watching the thing on my phone. You're like, oh, I'm recording at 30. I was like, I couldn't tell.
I know in Roblox, it's 60, baby.
It's much harder to tell 30 and 60 when you're watching something versus playing it.
It really is.
I think.
Yeah.
Because
So,
sometimes I don't even notice if it's 30 if I'm watching it.
yeah, I mean, so, you know, it is what it is.
Let's see.
If I was to build my dream setup, of course, I would have the monitor on the wall. I'd probably have 2 monitors, honestly. Really, just a mechanical keyboard. Doesn't have to be lit up or anything. Would be fine. I want a PC that will game. Doesn't have to be like yours.
Yeah.
But just something that I can get online and play, because honestly, my internet's going to dictate most of what I'm going to be able to do anyways.
Yeah, it really does, guys.
And then with net neutrality coming out, it's really who knows what's going to happen.
That's true.
Being on. And then after that, I mean, I would have my GameCube still hooked up, so I'd need the RGB cables, and then my PlayStation or whatever new console. I'd want an Xbox so I could play Halo. That's pretty much it.
If
though.
it came out nowadays.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. And then, like we said, we want the cords all put together. Really, I mean zip ties or PVC carriers, whatever. It's fine by me. I just really at the end of the day, my dream is just have everything, every console that comes out. I want to be able to play the games that come out.
Yeah.
I don't want to be stuck away from it. You know.
Right now, what I'm gonna do, because I'm gonna start moving my grandma out, and this time I'm getting paid. Made sure about that. Because Colton asked me getting paid this time. I'm like, I better be. I'm gonna say no. Because I'm gonna put you guys in a little bit of a secret here. I helped my grandma move out of this house that I'm living in now. I worked probably around 50 hours for the week. I got paid $80. And I didn't get to pay that $80. It's because that was for my insurance, and they gave me it.
Rough, my dude.
It was rough. I pulled my back. I pulled a lot of muscles doing it because the guys we did hire that did get paid, they weren't working. So I did all the work. So
It's upsetting.
It's upsetting. I got paid, got free sodas. What I said, they told me work. I was like, okay, I'm getting money. Worked as hard as I could because I thought I was getting money. The moment they said, oh, Shae's not getting paid, I dropped work ethic so hard. When you hear you're not getting paid, your work ethic drops.
It's a hard moment.
Yeah, because I was going full at it, and then when they said you're not getting paid, and I'm like,
I mean, if you start out saying I'm going to volunteer and help, that's one thing.
oh, I didn't say I'm volunteering
But
to help.
if you
I was
start off-
told you
yeah.
were helping. So
If you start off with like, no, we're gonna compensate you for it, and then that doesn't happen, that's a bad moment.
I was told I was helping, so I assumed I'm getting paid. So, and then I didn't. I was like, work ethic down.
I mean, it's just what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
I mean, every time I ever worked for my family, especially, they were like, here's the deal, we'll pay you this much.
Yeah.
And normally for me, I was like, no, you don't have to pay me that much. It's not a big deal. But if you're gonna start off with saying something and then don't do it, that's when it starts getting annoying.
Yeah. Like
I never had
Josh can answer because right as I was moving them out, after I worked with them, I went to Josh and I'm like, all right, let's keep on moving furniture, Josh, because he was moving at the same time.
Yeah.
That was a rough week, man.
Yeah. It was funny too. He'd come over and he'd be like, "Okay, what are we doing next?" I go, "Slow down, my dude."
Because
we got all day
my family, we rush
for no reason.
for no reason.
Yeah.
And then Josh is like, "We'll just take a break." I'm like,
Yeah, just chill.
Break?
Take a knee. Drink some soda, or I think I bought Gatorade.
We got a crap ton of Gatorade.
I was like, just take a Gatorade.
Like
Get your electrolytes.
after I finished working, everything was moved out of here. I went off to Josh's at like 10 o'clock. I'm like, "What's up, buddy?" He's like, "Let's start working." We like got like 2 truckloads and we moved it there, and then we took like an hour break. I'm like,
Break. What's that word? What does break mean?
I remember that one day I came and I was just exhausted. I'm like, I need food. He's like, "When's the last time you ate?" 10 a.m. And this time it was already 7 p.m. I'm like, he's like, "You need food." I'm like, "Uh-huh."
What are you doing?
I'm like, "They don't have food there." And they just dropped me off here because that was my next goal. And then literally after I finished them, the next 2 days, my uncle started moving.
That was a long week, man.
That was a long 2 weeks. I was so exhausted.
And they never called me.
Yeah, because you know why?
No.
In-law.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, that goes both ways, though.
Yeah.
So good and bad.
Well, yeah. You see, the thing is, you're in-law. It was direct for I moved Shandy out because you're there, your family. But same thing with with Justin. Oh, he's my uncle. I got to do that. Oh well, that's my grandma. We're moving into this house, so I got to do that. It was a rough time. Like literally, after I worked from 7 a.m. till 6 p.m. and I just looked at my uncle. I'm like, I can't do this anymore. He's like,
who else moves a lot? Colton.
Oh yeah.
Hey, at least you're not moving this time.
You know what's funny though is my mom's the opposite of your grandma with pay. Is like, she had this guy come over to help and she paid him what she said she was gonna pay him, but then she just gave him another like $300 for doing little things.
I mean, this thing right here is because of your mom.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's like, I'll pay you. I'm like, all right, let's move some boxes.
Sure.
And then she's like,
whatever you want.
because things cost like $20 to $30. She's like, I'll just give you that. I'm like, deal, because I needed this.
Speaking of that, there's a mic that Blue released that's the Blue Snowball, but it doesn't have the extra modes. But the kicker for that is that it's like way cheaper too.
I would accept.
It's actually the one Sebastian uses.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand the 3 modes, honestly. Like, we've kind of discussed them, but can't really tell the difference.
I still got. No, I threw away the. No, it's right there.
Oh, yeah.
Still there.
I have the manual in my
Oh,
house.
you do?
Yeah, I kept the manual.
It's,
I mean, I can read up on it, but I just figured it'd be easier.
Yeah.
It's pretty situational. Like, cardioid is just this.
Yeah,
captures
just
all
in front
around.
of us.
Then they usually have bidirectional, which is like left, right, and then all around.
Yeah.
It's pretty much just that.
I see.
Yeah.
For what you guys are doing though, cardioid works fine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I've listened to our recordings. It doesn't
That
sound
sounds
bad.
too bad.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, there's other people with better sound recording.
Yeah.
Of course, they also spend $1,000 on
As
equipment.
I said, if we had those snappy things, because as you can notice from, well, at least I've noticed from there, when Colton starts talking, there's no spikes.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
Shae is the biggest spikes on the board. I'm like medium, and then Colton's just way down there.
Yeah, you
Pretty
just see
much.
like little ripples.
Go ahead, Colton, talk.
Hello, people.
Oh, hey, that's actually a pretty big spike.
Ah!
Finally,
It's
some
funny.
volume. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I mean, is there anything that you would always want for your dream console that you have never actually had a chance to get?
Honestly, just because
Dream
of how much
station.
I've always really wanted VR, and when I go to his house, I'm like,
Didn't you like fall to your death almost in VR?
I did. Let me tell this story real quick, guys.
Come on.
So I'm messing on this game called Waltz of the Wizard, all right? And you can craft spells and actually mess with them and all that stuff. It's a really cool first VR game, and now it's free, isn't it?
Yep.
If you have VR, I recommend go playing it. So I dropped like a spell on the ground, so I'm like, oh, let me go pick that up. And so I put my hand on what looked like a table, and I just, whoa! and fell right through.
Got way too involved.
Okay,
He was really immersed.
once you're in there for 30 to 45 minutes, you almost don't notice you're really in a game. Especially since Colton, I think you had to go do something for your mom, so I was just in there alone.
So
Oh, yeah.
you're walking around, you just stand there.
You're standing there over a table making spells.
Well, I mean,
and
like,
stuff.
but if you need to walk around the game, you just use a toggle.
No, in this game you just walked around in real life.
You can walk around in real life, and then they have locomotion controls, which is like a touchpad on your thumb.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if the game requires.
The thing is, like, I'm trying to figure out, like,
This
you don't have that many big rooms in your life.
This game didn't need that.
I see.
Yeah.
So you just
It's
stood
mostly
around.
just like,
It's like you're working like right there. I
It's
can
like
play
a
the whole
station.
game right there.
So it's like defuse the bomb kind of thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Like
Do you have that game?
Keep talking and nobody explodes.
Yes.
We did have it. Yes, I don't have the VR version though. Unfortunately.
One day.
One day, yeah. You guys we gotta throw that up.
Yeah.
'Cause that's a fun game.
Me, Colton, and Nick Acosta.
Oh, that was.
We had designated things. Colton was the okay. What do we got here? Like he said, what we got. I was like wires and all this other stuff. Nick was like Morse code and all that stuff. He's like, all right, I got wires. I'm like, what is it? And we were just going through it like so technical. We're like, yes, we got through. Now back to being serious. There was no time for jokes.
No, it's
Yeah.
only like what, 10 minutes, 20 minutes?
It's like 5 minutes, 3 minutes.
Depending on what
It gets
game.
even lower too with challenge modes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've seen a bunch of guys play it. I was like, man, that would be fun.
Oh, it's so much fun. But once again, like me and Cole tried to play it solo, and like I started getting on the Morse code. I'm like, this is Nick's stuff.
I don't know this. I don't know
Because they
answer.
say, 2 players. You need more than 2 players.
Well, yeah.
You have to be really good at flipping through manual, or you need 2.
Memorize.
Yeah.
Which the things that we had, we memorized. So like, oh, this, that, this.
Yeah.
It really made the game a lot easier.
I remember Coco had to jump into at some point.
Yeah, we like Coco. It's got the thing that you're really good at. It was like, what is it?
Symbols?
Yep.
I think so.
The
Coco
symbols
had
are
really good
so
memory for that.
annoying.
The symbols are annoying because, like, if you try and describe them, sometimes you can't describe them really well.
Yeah.
You're like, it's like a C with, like, a line through it, but not really a line, more of a
The best
squiggle,
thing is we
but
had
like
Colton, the blind bandit,
broken.
describe symbols.
Hold on, guys. No, hold on. I'm figuring it out now.
It
It
looks,
looks like SpongeBob.
Gary!
Yes, exactly. How'd you know? A snail? For real? You couldn't say snail? It's more of a mollusk. Shut up! 32. Press 32.
Guess it wasn't Gary.
Yeah.
You
I don't know. I've never had
Yeah.
VR.
It's a real fun experience.
Yeah, I did the fake one that's like on your phone.
Oh, yeah.
It slides in like little cardboard box thing.
Yeah.
That was kind of cool. It was like walk off,
Yeah.
walk towards the edge of a building. I'm sitting in the middle of Home Depot like, what's going on right here? I'm like, I'm trying to figure this out.
Yeah, I can't remember what this game is called. Is it like that game where you walk off the plank?
Richie's Plank Experience.
Yeah.
That one's fun.
Yeah, it takes you to a different level of a building, and you can just look down, and if you want to, you can jump.
Fun fact, they added hell mode to that. If you dial 666 in the elevator, the whole level goes weird.
I imagine.
Yeah.
Well, what's another really cool VR game? This went from like once again, VR is like my dream.
Well, I mean, I think mostly every person that's ever played any kind of gaming, VR is like the next level.
It is truly.
Yeah.
And
it really
we
is.
just don't go there very often.
No.
I mean, the first VR sucked.
Yeah, this VR feels more, and then their new upgrades coming out later in 2018.
I think one of them might be out right now too.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
Especially when we get those gloves you've been telling me about.
Oh, those will be really fun.
Yeah, there's these gloves that actually track your fingers.
Yeah, I always thought it'd be really cool if they did a VR where it's an actual station that they'd sell you, and you'd actually step onto the station and it had a rolling ground.
Yeah.
So you never actually had to move anywhere in your house, but it would spin in every direction. So no matter which way you walked, it would continue walking.
I remember they had one at some GameCom that was like that, but it was for like a first-person shooter.
Yeah.
So you could actually start sprinting on there and actually start sprinting,
Yeah.
which was really cool.
I thought that would be cool. Because then you wouldn't have to worry about running into a wall.
Yeah.
I would
Or
honestly
to a
buy
glass
one of
door.
those too. If it was like maybe 200, I would definitely buy one of
That would
those.
be really cool. I think it'd be a lot more.
It probably would. It'd be like a
Yeah.
treadmill.
Yeah.
But it's even more advanced than a treadmill because
I feel like
each
also
corner
you
would
need
be a
like
ball.
probably like a harness almost at some points.
Yeah, I mean, you know,
Like imagine you're sprinting and then you slip and the ball is still going to.
well, the thing is, like, even now with the new treadmills they have, if you fell, it instantly stops.
Yeah.
So it doesn't spin you. You can do that same technology.
Yeah.
The thing is, though, it's how that whole material would work together.
Yeah.
Because it'd be a perfect circle, and it would have the rollers on the end, of course. If you did, like, change rapidly to the different way, could it pick very well.
Yeah. And then the issue is if it's like circular like this, it's gonna be really hard to stand on it.
Yeah.
You'd have to make it more like a concave surface.
Yeah.
And then you gotta judge. There's a lot of mechanics.
There's a
on
lot
there.
of mechanics, but if they ever did come out with
Oh,
it,
it'd be awesome.
it would be a big seller.
I remember Cole's like, man, I can't wait till I have grandkids. Like, look at this new VR game. Like, Cole's like, one sec. Check out this, and just pulls up the Vive.
It'll be like the Virtual Boy to them.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
what it is to us.
imagine showing something. Like, imagine I got you a Virtual Boy for your birthday.
Oh jeez.
Thanks, Grandpa.
Get him a power glove.
Yeah.
Oh man, that thing's so cool.
I don't know. It'd be like busting out the Nintendo NES.
One sec. I
Alright,
gotta
let's
bring.
play.
I gotta bring something in the studio.
And of course, they would look at it and go, "Why are you putting a plastic piece into that plastic contraption?" Because at that point, everything's going to be digital. I would say.
Pretty much.
I mean, even now, everything's going digital.
Going from CDs to digital at this point.
Yeah. Shae made up a good point, or he brought out a good point. We were talking about it. He said the phones, or not the phones, the CDs are now basically keys. I was like,
Yeah.
Someone
pretty
say
much.
NES.
Oh, there it is.
oh, dude. You know how many games I have that we could have been playing all this time?
Oh, I have like 6 different NES controllers.
I have a PlayStation, dude. I have the V. You ever sell the V for the PlayStation?
No.
No? You?
I don't think so.
The PlayStation 2, you'd plug in, and it would be like a little brick. And it had 4 plug-ins. Well, that originally came from PlayStation, but you plug it in, and it was a V. And the same idea, you could plug all your controllers in, so you could have more than just
Oh,
two
no, I
controllers.
always wanted one. I never could find one.
I have one, dude.
It's awesome.
We gotta hook up PlayStation one of these days.
But
We'll look at- I'll bring it over.
I-
This is gonna be the new gaming.
Hey, YouTube, don't demonetize it. It's not a real gun. It's an NES zapper.
I mean, come on, for reals. If they can't tell that, then all of a sudden a gunshot goes off as you're pointing it towards me. Gosh, I'd be very upset. You can see the Nintendo on the side. I mean,
NES zapper.
yeah, it's pretty cool. It does work very well. I'm quite
Boom.
surprised how well it worked.
Yeah. Can't use it on these TVs though. If you didn't know that. Since they're like flat screens and stuff, they're always glowing. Well, old TVs, when it blinks like that, it can register the light. They're called light guns. So that when you always shot them at like a light or something like that, it always hit because it says you shot the white dot.
I kind of wonder if it would work with an OLED display.
I don't know.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah,
There you go.
Because if you look in there, you can see there's a.
Oh, we're at the end.
Oh crap, we are. There's a lens in there. You can see that.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's cool.
Anyways,
I thought that'd be kind of cool. Also, the sites actually do line up pretty well.
we're gonna go ahead and end this because I think we've pretty much discussed what our dream consoles are.
VR.
Yeah, I'm pretty much. I mean, that's where it's
Cole's
going.
like, yeah, that's a pretty good dream, man.
I mean, obviously, we've all dreamed of the super mega computer that would just run everything without even thinking about it.
Yeah, Colton. No.
But obviously, some of us can't afford it. No. But that's what it is, guys. So we got a comment section below for all those fun comments you guys have. Maybe a brand that you like that we didn't mention.
Yeah.
Console that we didn't talk about.
You guys didn't talk about
For those of you thinking about Atari, shut your mouth.
That's pretty cool though. Still,
It's old. It's old.
I would say like, oh, you
It's
guys
out of date.
You forgot the Wii, man.
The Sega.
Sega.
Okay, here's the deal. This is why we don't do the Wii. For reals right now. What games? Wii Sports?
Wii bowling.
Dude,
I mean, I will say, that's the one game
I'm
that I
tempted to
play.
hook up my Wii tonight and take Wii Sports inside my house
Why haven't we done that, though?
because I can't record it.
We don't have to record it?
Sure.
Who said we would ever record the game?
I'll
It'd be more for fun.
That's what I thought when you guys bought your Nintendo for Shae to use Wii Fit on, and that never happened.
And it's in a box in my garage.
Yeah, that never happened.
Money well spent.
Yeah.
She doesn't watch my videos anyways. Money well spent.
I thought she said she started watching them now.
She watches yours.
Oh, thanks, Shandy.
Because you were playing Crash. Now she's done. Just saying.
Just tell her I'm playing Spyro.
Yeah, you should have to wait for Spyro, though.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
That's coming out on Wednesday.
So comment, like, subscribe, share is the more important one that we haven't had happening lately. We need you guys to share us out.
Yeah, we need for more people to see our figures.
Yeah, and audio should be out, if not coming out.
That's all on Joshua.
Yeah, if I can find that USB, it's around somewhere.
Yeah, you lost her USB that all this stuff.
Yeah, if I can't, then we'll be going new backlog, and we'll just be starting from a newer episode.
Yeah. I mean,
oh well.
I got I think 4 gigs of our.
Yeah, we've got plenty.
logs.
We've already got plenty. It's not that we don't have enough.
On hand now.
Yeah, but it would be better if we had more. So that's what. Of course, we have all the special social medias that you guys can go check out. And then of course, there's his channel that's also in the link.
Yeah,
go check it out.
all
He games those games that we talked
It's
about.
100% games, and as you
No
guys,
foolery. No tomfoolery.
no tomfoolery. Just don't look at my Roblox video.
So, for Two Dudes with Duke,
And let me feed.
I'm Josh.
I'm Shae.
Probably Colton.
Probably. But we're not sure. Thanks for stopping by. See you next time.
Later, my dudes.
You know what I didn't do last time?
What's up?
Whoa! Drink do every day.
Oh, weren't you supposed to do an impression?
Oh my gosh, you're right.
I want to slide that in.
Boom! You're right. I completely forgot about it.
In case you guys didn't know, the Patriots lost in the Super Bowl, so Shae lost his bet to me. Thank you, Colton.
What a surprise! I
I
completely
was
forgot.
on him like a hawk. I got you.
Small closer to Nixon. He's trying to do John Madden.
I don't. My voice, it's got two modes: raspy or normal.
Well, here's a guy that when he tries to do John Madden, he doesn't do it right.
You're right.
And I don't either. That's why I'm glad I didn't win. I did win.
You did win.
Or is this Inception and we just think I won?
I don't know.
I don't know. Did you set me back down?
Honestly, yeah. Honestly, yeah.
What about the pop machine? It's all about the butter. You burn your hands. Here, try some pieces.
He's got a butterfinger. I can't do it.
No idea. That's okay.
I can't. My voice does not do impressions.
Maybe next time I'll try John Madden for you guys. But I'll have to try.
Hey,
I can teach you.
I am
But I
trying.
have to try.
My voice does not do this, man.
Bye, videos.
Bye.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Drink to every day.